Okay, so apparently my phone is shitty and I can't keep much memory, so I have to break these videos up. But let's get on the subject of what I called before genetic alchemy. Now, genetic alchemy, think about it this way: all the fluff and all the beautiful things that the whole conscious community loves about Kemet and about, well, just spirituality as a whole from the African perspective, that everything that's publicized is all of this, sun gazing and meditation and heart chakra and all of this stuff, right? Cool. Those are aspects of the higher self and how to tap into the higher self. Yes, 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 yes. But what we also learn in Kemet, and this makes me question whether or not people really listen to or pay attention to what it is that they're studying, because we also learn that in order to reach total and complete godhood, one must merge the higher and lower self. That's what Heru was. Heru was the mergence of higher and lower self. That's what ascension is, to bring the two together, not to suddenly graduate away from lower self, because at the end of the day, you came here on this human journey to experience it as such. You did not come here to fly across the skies and, all that other shit that these hoteps got y'all thinking. You came here to have a human experience and to also keep your spiritual understanding, your spiritual grounding, and to be able to form the reality that it is that you wish. Absolutely. But that does not mean butterflies and unicorns and happy shit all the time. So, with that understanding, and this is something that's plainly taught in all of these different systems, for all of that to make sense, you have to take a journey, and that journey includes the so-called lower self. Now, the ancestors were very in tune with higher self and higher self doctrine and higher self practices and things like that. Absolutely. But what do you think it took for them to be able to tap into the lower self? What do you think it took? It took, because the lower self is what we claim to suffer from entirely too much. And like I said in the previous video, how could they have been so intelligent? How could they have been so, you could even go so far as to use the word psychic? All of the things that they know. What? How could all of these things have been true and they didn't know what was coming? So, like I said, they knew it was coming and they even perpetuated it themselves, because at the end of the day, this whole entire thing was about the emergence of higher and lower. So now, going from God body, God mind, God body, which is what we were at that time, you have to go into an extreme state of darkness, of devilishment, so to speak, because that's where the idea of the devil, of Set and Satan, that's where it comes from. Now we know Set is representative of the lower self, of chaos, of the darkness and the primordial chaos that order comes from in the first place. That's why that one Set and Uphep, that one quote unquote negative deity, balanced out the entire Kemetic pantheon. Um, of course, you had Anpu or Anubis, and you also had Sekhmet, of course. So, but you have these, okay, three. You have these three so-called dark deities that balanced out everything else. So that tells you something alone about the darkness itself. But the whole entire thing was about grasping, understanding, and falling to your knees upon the lower self, because once that was mastered, we knew it was in our, it's in our blood, it's in our DNA for higher self aspects. And that's why I really have to check myself sometimes, because I find myself really pushing black people and I forget that we are the most spiritually aware people on the planet. So pushing for the whole, shoot 'em up, bang bang thing is not really going to be effective, because being the mothers and fathers of civilization, that's not in our DNA. It's not in our blood. It's not in our behavior to always go around and respond to things that way. Even unfortunately, when it's done to us, it's always embedded into us to take the higher route, and that's not something that the white man embedded into us, and we need to get out of allowing. We give him way too much credit. He didn't embed anything into us. All he did was prey upon. All he did was take these aspects of our personality and weaken certain ones and strengthen certain ones. Unfortunately, the whole caring and nurturing and loving shit, he strengthened.